there, this is Amanda Frankel with our Crafty Playdate, and I wanted to show you how to make these very quick and adorable treats for Halloween. Big enough to fit in your hand, so not super tiny. You have to keep up with the Joneses, and you know they're all given king-size bars. So if you want to make something really cute with your designer series paper, I highly recommend this. It's still not as small as it may appear. It's got 5 Hershey Kisses in it right now. So and it makes a nice rattle too. You can make them all different sizes. Here's his mama. So you can see the mama. And they're easy to make from any size rectangle. And I'm going to show you today this size. And this is my favorite size. This one here is a 7 by 5 was my initial paper, which is great if I'm making something for a teacher's gift. This would hold a Keurig cup, maybe, and a little straw or a little stir or a little gift card. This would probably hold a gift card at an angle there. But this one is a great size, as I said, for trick-or-treaters. And we are having an impromptu Halloween party this year for my kids' friends. And, you know, all of them have siblings, so what was, can we each invite 2 kids, has become 22 kids, and I only have 4, so imagine that. I don't know how that math worked, but I love the kiddos, so it's okay. But anyway, this is what we're making today. Let's get started. This piece is 6 by 4 to start. I want to tell you why it's my favorite size, but the best way to show you why, first of all, look at these papers. So crazy yummy. Look at this. That would be an adorable one too. And then the back sides, whenever it's a print like this in our designer series paper, the back sides are a little more plain, something that you might be able to use more year-round. So for example, this is a super spooky night, right? Super spooky moon night. But this one, you really could get by with making birthday cards out of that or something fun. The reason that this paper is just so stinking cool is because the paper actually coordinates with a stamp set that you can stamp right on to these moons. Let's see if I've got it here. I do. It's called Scaredy Cat. I bought it because I loved this cat. And as you can see, I've used everything but the cat so far. So welcome to par for the course. But this owl, you can stamp him sitting right on the branch of this moon, cut it in a square, mat it, put it on a card. Adorable and easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I've used, if you look at this paper that I used here, it's got the little potions on it, and it has a coordinating stamp, and then these are the liquids that you put inside. So you'd stamp that maybe in black, and then purple, lemon lime twist, bright blue like a Pacific Point, would be adorable, or red, would be very, very cute. But anyway, this is the paper that I'm using today, and the stamp set, and I will list everything here for you. This cat on this paper, yes, it's the same size as this cat. So you could stamp the words over the cat, but also this coordinates with a punch. So they're really working to help you maximize your craft dollars, which I appreciate because I like to spend lots of craft dollars. Oh, here's one more that you haven't seen yet. No, you saw that one. All right, so we're going to get started. So I told you that my paper that I'm going to use here is 6 by 4, and I'm going to use this just to show you how to cut it. These designer series papers, this particular stack, comes in a 12 by 12 size. And 12 by 12, as you can imagine, the 6 by 4 works perfectly well. I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Trimmer and show you how to go about cutting this so that you can maximize your craft dollars. Your first cut is going to be at 6 inches. So I'm going to line that up at 6 inches. Okay, 6 inches right here. And then I'm going to make my first cut. Can you see the 6 inches? You really can't. Oh, surprise. There you go. All right. And then I'm going to take both of these and stack them together. In general, when you're cutting paper with your trimmer, you want to do 1 layer at a time, especially if you're doing cardstock. Cardstock is 1 layer. But when you're cutting designer series paper, you really can get by with 2 layers at a time. So now I've taken both of them, both of my 6, they're 6 by 12 now. I've taken them and stacked them. And I'm going to put them on here. And I'm just going to slide backwards, that's 6 by 12, you can see. And I'm just going to slide backwards by 4-inch increments because we want them to be 6 by 4. So I'm going to slide back to 8. And people say, why do you do that? Why don't you just cut 4 and then cut 4? Because I don't want to have to move it a lot. So I'm trying to show you how to minimize your effort. Minimizing effort, increasing speed, and using all of your craft supplies it's the way to go for sure. All right, I have completely gotten a little off kilter here. There we go. Yeah, it didn't maximize anything for you, did it? All right, so now I've got it at the 4 and cut, and now I've got 6 pieces of this paper, and I could alternate. I could do 3 like this and 3 like this. But now I've got 6 pieces of this size and 6 treats to be had, and I can get by with making treats out of it for the entire party. Surprise party. Surprise Halloween party. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna make exactly what I made before for you so that you can see it, but don't be shy. Give it a try with some of your other papers, and you've got other papers in your stash, but if you don't, you need that one. All right, this, you're going to be so amazed at how easy it is. You're going to love it. All right, we are going to grab the paper that I thought I had already cut, but maybe I didn't. All right, so this is 6. I'm just going to cut one off here at 4. Got it. All right. So this is the paper. If you want this side to be your outside, so this is my outside, inside there, of course, I'm going to take it and put it face down, okay? And now, the rule to remember on any size paper that you do, remember we did that mama before? The mama was 7 by 5, so the short side is 5, the long side is 7. This is always going to be your formula for making these. You're going to put tear and tape. Tear and tape is the easiest. A lot of people like to use liquid glue, and you know that it's my personal favorite, but look how easy this is. You're going to put your tear and tape along the 2 long edges and 1 short edge. Ostensibly, you're making like a U. Like, you rock, Mom. You're the best. All right. I'll say that to you because your kids probably won't say that until they're in their 30s. Okay. Oh, there we go. Now, you're going to go ahead and peel this off. I find that the easiest way to get the tape started is just to slide my piercer underneath, and ta-da. You can use your fingernails, but why would you make yourself crazy? Just grab your piercer. It's not going to get gunky. It always does it until I say, oh, it's so easy. Do it this way. And then I can't get started. There we go. All right. So if you get some of your tear and tape, mine is going off the edge here. If you get that, just roll it back onto your edge. It's not a big, this is not a high stress one here. This is my sticky side. See the shine? Sticky, sticky, sticky. Not so sticky at all because there's no glue there. I'm going to roll this. Now, a lot of people wonder, how do you get the roll so perfect when you're doing it in space? Remember I told you never do stuff in space? Here's how I do it. I just put it right up against that tape. I'm not pinching. I'm not gluing my sides down. It's a big teardrop. I'm just lining it right up along the edge of that tape, and then fold, and then fold, and it gives you a good tube. You're basically just making like a toilet paper tube, okay? Easy. Now I want you to put the paper in your hand with this being 12 o'clock, okay, this 6 o'clock by me, 12 o'clock. I want the seam, the back seam, this is my seam. The paper's so cute, probably can't even see that, but that's my back seam, and I'm putting it exactly at 12 o'clock. See it? Not pinching yet, and I'm going to go, I'm going to turn back time, make it 10 o'clock. So now it's 10 o'clock, it's over here, and then I'm going to pinch it slowly. Ta-da. All right, it's pinched. Now here's my seam. See how I didn't make it come all the way to this edge and I didn't leave it here. If I had done that, it would have maybe popped open, and I don't want that to happen. Okay, so now I've got this pinched and it's ready to be filled. If you are a sad person who doesn't want kids to just rip into it, no. If you want it to be reusable, like if you're making this gigantic one, instead of putting sticky strip along one edge, you can just do it in an L, okay? You're going to roll it the same, glue the short side closed to the other short side. You've got one sticky side, seal it, just like we just did, only the other side, before you seal this, this would be the non-sticky side now. You would just pinch it like you normally would, okay, and fold it over. And then you could punch holes with maybe a crocodile and tie a string. Then they could untie it and open it and take the stuff out and still have the container. If you don't understand that, comment below and I will make sure that I show you how to do that. Okay, so now I've got this. This is the really super important part. Fill it. Now, if you try to go ahead and finish it, what's going to happen is it's going to have nothing inside and it's going to be glued for life. So, like I said, 4 or 5 Hershey Kisses. If you don't believe me, here are 3. And see, it does actually hold quite a few. 4, 5, 6. That's 6. All right, I'm going to take one out because I really like the rattly noise. And I'll probably eat it anyway. All right. So now this is pinched like this. I've moved it to the bottom. I'm going to rotate it so that it's 6 and 12 o'clock to me. Okay. And now I'm just going to slowly line it up and pinch. And there's my container. Super cute, right? Okay. Now we're going to just clear that away. And I'm going to do the stamping decorating, show you how I did that, and we'll move on. All right. I am using a couple of my very favorite fall colors. I am using Very Vanilla because that is what is in the paper pack. And when in doubt and you're looking at all these colors and you say, oh, I don't know which color to use. What colors are those? On the back of your Designer Series paper container, it actually lists the colors that are used in that particular paper. So this is Very Vanilla, Black, Basic Black, Cajun Craze, and Pumpkin Pie. I'm going to use Cajun Craze because it's this dark one here and it's my favorite fall color. But if I were doing this one, I would probably do Pumpkin Pie. Even though it's still got the Cajun in it, it's more pie and I'd probably do pie. And pie's always good. But, okay, so we are going to be using Cajun Craze and Very Vanilla to make our features here. And we are going to, did you hear that? That was the mama. The mama just fell. All right, we are going to go ahead and stamp. Now, when I'm going to stamp with photopolymer stamps, and this stamp set, the stamp set that we're using, the Spooky Cat, we're using this, and I'm going to use this Trick or Treat instead of Happy Halloween, which is what I used here, just so you can see the font, because it's so super cute. When you're doing this is photopolymer, so when you're doing it with photopolymer, stamp it in Versamark first, which I think I've done, but maybe not, so let's just do it. Stamp it in Versamark. It does help it keep a little less stained, and when it is super stained, it gets hard to see through. So when possible, stamp it with Versamark first. Do that one off camera too. Okay, and just set them down. You're going to use them, and they're good until you clean them. You don't do it every time. You only do it in the first go round. Once you've cleaned them, then you have to Versamark them again. But if you're passing them through a class or you're doing a whole mountain of these, then you don't need to re-Versamark. Okay, on my Whisper White, I am going to stamp. I'm going to stamp so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to stamp this Wicked Yummy Treat thing here. And I'm going to do it this way. Just like nature abhors a vacuum, I abhor waste. So, ooh, good image. All right. So I always try to use pieces that I have laying around. If you don't have pieces laying around, you're not crafting enough. That's what I have to say to you. Okay, and then the black that I'm using, oh, that was Cajun Craze ink. Sorry, just so you know. Now, we're on to Memento Black. It is my favorite black. We do have a great archival black, but this one, for some reason, I used it before I even started with Stampin' Up. This was my go-to black, so I think that makes me a little partial. All right, and now I'm going to just aim it in there. And the beauty of the photopolymer is that you can see through it to stamp. So it's always going to line up. There you go. Remember that when you're using photopolymer stamps, you want to use your Stampin' Pierce mat. If you are using red rubber mats that are clear mount, that means they stick to the clear block also, you don't need this because you've already got the squishy foam. Okay, so we have no squishy foam, so we're going to use it here. Now I'm going to bring in this punch, one of our newer punches. I want to say that it's Pretty Label or something like that, but I will list it below. And I am going to line it up. You can hold your punch right in your hand, and line this up. And that's why I stamped first. Sometimes you don't need to do that, but especially with photopolymer, I could have really punched it out and then stamped. But I just want to show you how well that fits. And try different shapes too, because you never know what's going to be super cute. And I'm layering them. I'm stacking them. So let's take my, I can get this out of here. We'll just throw that down with the mama. Okay, and we're going to use this punch here. I will list the name of him too. We're just going to slide this on here and punch. The reason that you want to punch upside down like this, as opposed to everybody wants to do this, right, and then punch. The reason that you want to do it this way, first of all, it's not a 3-hole punch with your, chemistry notes. You want to be able to see where your punch is so that you don't go off the edge like this. You can actually use more of your paper that way, and that's key. All right, I've got these 2 pieces. I am going to grab some dimensionals, and these are all cut down because I had them in class just yesterday, and I'm going to put them, I'm just going to put 2 on here, 2.5. I'm going to put 2.5 on here like that, and peel these little parts off and throw them on the floor. Okay, good. And I'm going to stack this on here, and I'm just kind of lining up the little bubble sides. See those little bubble sides? I'm just lining them up, and it's cute. It looks like a ticket to be frightened at Halloween. And now I'm going to grab 2 more of these, and I'm going to do them this way. The reason that I'm doing them this way as opposed to this way, this bends a little bit. It's kind of a curved edge. See that? And so I don't want to put them too close to the edge and then have it curve around itself. I want it to stand out. So we're putting them on in a vertical way here. We'll grab this. Make sure that your seam is not up. Here are the sides with my seams. So I'm going to rotate that down. And I'm just going to stick that right on there. And we're done. All right, so you can make a whole bunch of these, and they stack really cute. I'd show you, but I threw the other one on the floor, so that's not going to happen. But they make really cute little treats, and you're going to be the talk of the town. Thank you very much for stopping by. We'll talk to you soon. If you see anything here that you'd like, I would really appreciate to have you order. I would really appreciate you ordering from my Stampin' Up! Website, and I will list the address here, and please stop back and see me. And I also have a lot of videos, so subscribe now. Thank you. Bye-bye.